Hello world, we are coming to you live from STIHL in Switzerland for the STIHL Timbersports World Trophy European Qualifier. And as you can see, the weather is absolutely perfect. And I've got a fantastic expert by my side, Jolanda Hagman. Welcome.
Hello Marcus, and hello everyone out there.
How are you doing? I mean, the weather's perfect, the stage is set. You ready to rock and roll?
It is fabulous here and I'm ready to go.
And of course, we're going to have Pia Dolish, our field reporter, and I believe she is getting on stage at this very moment. So we're going to hand over to Pia right away.
Thank you, Marcus. Hello and welcome at the World Trophy European Qualifier 2021 from my side too. We are in Switzerland, as you just mentioned, near the beautiful Lake Geneva in STIHL. Today, everything's about endurance, precision and speed, because our athletes, they are not racing against the clock, they are competing against each other. The 6 best will continue to the World Trophy, but now we'll get started with 16 from 11 different nations and 2 judges who are already standing right next to me. On my first side, Bart Janssen. We will talk to him later on as well. And on my other side, Radu Kazaku. But of course, we have a video judge for you as well in the Competition Control Center, STIHL Janssen. Let's say hi to STIHL for a moment. Now, I cannot wait any longer. I am excited. I hope you're too. And now let's get back to the studio to get started.
Well, it looks like everybody's set and ready to go. Jolanda, our judges, they looked a little strict in that picture. Are they?
They sure did.
Taking care of everything the way you always feel it is necessary?
That's right. They're just making sure that everything is run properly and it's a fair competition.
Absolutely, and they've done an amazing job over this whole season, and it's been very enjoyable to watch them because they are serious in a way, but they still, you know, have a big heart, and that is very, very good for our athletes. 16 that we have, and we want to talk about every single one of them, starting with Andrea Rossi from Italy.
At 46 years of age, he is the oldest competitor in the field today. Very tall man, 195. He is a 3-time national champion, 12th place last couple of years at the Champions Trophy, and 7th this summer at the European Trophy.
Wow. Let's move on to Armin Kugler from Austria.
29 years old, 7 national champion. Looks like a strong competitor at this competition today. Definitely one to watch out for.
Oh yeah, just look at the face. Pure determination as we move on to Sweden's Svan.
26-year-old. For this young guy, he holds numerous national records and has been on the big stage. 7th at the individual world champion in 2019 and 6th at the champion trophy in 2019.
Oh yeah, he's going to be a man to watch. What about him? Pierre Puybaret from France.
34, 190 centimeters, 110 kgs. He's a big guy. 6-time national champion and 2nd at the European Trophy this summer. So he is definitely one of our favorites.
Absolutely, and I love the pictures that we're getting to see. We stay in France for Maure.
Also 34, 2-time silver medalist at the national championships in 2020 and 2021. And he has some good results in the international competitions.
As we move on to the only Belgium in the field, Martens.
At 37, 4-time national champion, he has shown that he belongs to the best in the European field, taking 3rd place this summer at the trophy.
Absolutely, and a great character as we move on to Glenn Penlington, Great Britain.
32, 80 kgs, so small guy, but he was this year's silver medalist at the GB, so this is his first appearance in the trophy series, so we'll see what he's going to bring.
Oh yeah, sure, one of the big talents to watch, Martin Komarek from the Czech Republic.
44 years old, 30-time silver medalist in the individual world champions, so he is a veteran.
Oh yeah, and he knows his job. We stay in the Czech Republic, team Kalina.
34 years old, 195 centimeters, 106 kgs, also a bigger guy. 4th after the European Trophy this summer, so he's one to watch out for.
Oh yeah, we got a great cast coming up. What about this man from Switzerland, Oliver Reinhardt?
With 22 years of age, he is the only rookie taking part in this competition. He just won the Swiss Rookie Cup here yesterday, so he's got the home advantage, I think.
Oh yeah, and that was exceptional what he showed us yesterday from Poland, Marcin Darga.
At 32, this is a great format for him. You can see his size. He's definitely built like an ox and ready to take on this competition.
I'm going to look forward to see him compete. Emil Hansson is also with us.
He is 20 years old. He's a little guy, but also the youngest in this competition. This is his first season in the Pro Series.
Oh, so it's going to be exciting for him as well as we move on to Elgin Pugh, Great Britain representing.
39 years old. He was 9th at the World Individual Championships. He knows what it's like to be on the big stage.
Oh yeah, great competition last weekend. And of course from Germany, Danny Martin.
33 years old, 2-time national champion, and 9th at the Summer European Trophy.
And we've also got the Netherlands here. Redmer Knol will be competing.
Also a young guy, 28 years old, silver medalist at the national championships this year, and finished 5th at the European Trophy. So definitely a contender to watch out for.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. So if I did my counting right, we've had 15 athletes, and of course we need 16.
We're missing one. We
are missing one more athlete, and that maybe, just maybe, is the man to beat. What do you say?
He's the man of the hour.
The X-Man. Let's take a closer look at Michal Dubicki.
He is a 40-year-old athlete. He is a machine, and you see this guy, really, he is the machine. 88 centimeters, 115 kgs. Wow. He has taken the first place in the European Trophy this summer and also last year in the virtual European Trophy. So he is definitely a favorite.
Well, he's definitely the guy that loves this format. He is definitely the guy to watch. And what the competition format looks like, we're going to show you right now. Please take a look at the format.
After the start, they need to cut a complete disc with the stock saw within a 10-centimeter area. From there, the athletes have to complete the underhand chop as quickly as possible. Only after they split the block can they return to the starting point, where this time the single buck is waiting for them to cut one complete cookie. In the final discipline, the athletes have to complete the standing block chop in order to achieve the best possible overall time. Any rule infraction will result in a disqualification and the athlete will be eliminated.
Yeah, that's what you need to know about this format. I personally love it because there's so much happening and it's so fast, and you need to be good in 4 disciplines, and not just good, you need to be brilliant.
You got to be excellent. You got to be on your game.
And we're going to show you how we're going to work out how the athletes can get to the final and can win this trophy. As you can see, we had the time trials this morning that left us with 16 athletes that we're going to see competing in the round of 16. And of course, whoever wins this reaches the quarterfinal. As we can see from the quarterfinals, they will proceed to the semifinals. And from the semifinals, we'll have the small and then the big final. And of course, after these two competition, we'll know 1, 2, and 3. And of course, the first 6 of this competition are going to proceed to next year's World Trophy. And
that's right.
That's what everybody wants to go. And this is what's going to be happening. Let's take a look at the start lists. So here we have the names to go with the rounds, and we will see the big favorite, Michal Dubicki against Andrea Rossi. We'll have Armin Kugler against Svan, another very, very interesting one. Then we have the 2 Frenchmen competing, Pierre Puybaret and Guillaume Maure. Martens will take on Glenn Penlington. And then we have the Czech duel, Martin Komarek against Martin Kalina. And then Oliver Reinhardt against Marcin Darga, Emil Hansson against Elgin Pugh, and finally Danny Martin against Redmer Knol. We are ready to roll.
We're ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's start the first heat. Michal Dubicki against Andrea Rossi. And as you can see, the world record stands at 57.59. So we are expecting times around 1 minute from our best athletes.
That's right. Keep your eyes peeled. This is a quick competition. With this knockout format, it's you got to bring it.
Oh yeah. And it's not just about the time, it's so much more about beating your opponent to proceed to the next round.
That's right.
And if you've got an opponent like Dubicki, you might even have a great time, but won't make it to the next round because you end up being second.
So they have 1 minute to get ready for their competition. That means they have to do the in-cut. They have to place their saw, make sure that their axes are fixed, ready to go for those positions that they want. It takes a lot of practice to get that flow right.
Warm up yourself.
That warm-up is oh so important to make sure that those saws are running well and ready to go. Oh, I'm so excited.
2, 1, go!
So off we go into this first heat, Yolanda.
Very quick onto the saw. See who gets ahead here. Oh, Rossi is
great.
already on to his underhand.
That's a great start by the Italian.
But you can see how Dubicki is so much quicker with his accent. Already the other side. Both of them have changed now. Wow.
Well, look at the power
And
of
we're through. Dubicki is onto the single buck. Nice long pulls there, using his whole saw. Rossi is also there now and giving it. And Dubicki is off to the standing block chop. So he's probably keeping his competitor in check to kind of see where he's at so that he doesn't use all his strength, because he's hoping to go on. So he's going to do this a few more times.
Of course, this is very
And
much
one
about
more
tactics.
hit and we're through.
Nice.
Got the first heat.
But even having just said he might be saving a bit of his strength, that time, of course, is absolutely fantastic. Just over 1 minute.
And
a
then
very nice
Rossi.
effort from Rossi, yeah.
1 minute and 16 seconds, 0.43.
And look at that, that's a personal best, so that's
He's going to be happy with that.
no doubt about that, yes.
Okay, gentlemen. Both getting good.
And you can see both of them are very winded.
And like yesterday, our favorite sentence right at the beginning, always nice to hear, both cuts are good. Very impressive from Michal Dubicki. And let's take a look at the slow-mos. That's a brilliant start by the Italian.
Yes, very. So you got to kind of keep in touch where you're going to place that saw, because you have your single buck saw already in the block. So you don't want to get too close, because you want a decent-sized cookie afterwards left for your single buck. Hard hits. Wow, look, the machine.
Yeah, the axe machine is killing that piece of wood.
Unreal the power these gentlemen have.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a great picture. Boom.
And off it
And
goes.
off it goes. So here we have the bracket again as Dubicki proceeds to the quarterfinal. And of course, if all goes well, you're going to have 4 heats that you have to finish.
That's right.
You have been competing today as well, Yolanda.
I sure have. It was
Shall we talk about it?
I don't know.
We should, come on. Ladies and gentlemen, Yolanda got 3rd place today at the Swiss Ladies Cup, and the competition was unbelievable. You only missed silver by 1 point. How did it feel to be on this stage here in Eagle?
It was amazing. Being in my home country, on this stage, getting on the podium, can't beat that.
Yeah, well, I think we've got some pictures that we can show you. Some memories from just a few hours ago. Oh, there you are.
So yeah, I wasn't too happy with that stock saw cut there. It was a little bit slow.
Yeah, but I thought the start looked nice.
A little bit of an issue there on the changeover as well. And it was a big cookie. I was slightly worried that I cut the line there.
Yeah, I could see you take a closer look at the log, but it worked out fine.
So this is one of the disciplines I do like, but hasn't been really my discipline this season.
Not yet.
No. I just got a new saw, so trying it out. Maybe next year.
Oh, for sure, but I mean... Oh, look at the pace. Not bad, Yolanda. Was that a personal best?
No.
But you
Sadly not.
But you had a personal best. We're going to show that as well.
And here we have Alrun and Juliana. Both two very strong ladies competing here today.
Yeah, the Austrian coming in fourth, which
Yes.
is great. And of course, Alrun...
taking the gold.
Yep.
She deserved it. She had an awesome run today. She's definitely one of the top athletes by the ladies here in Europe.
And look at the scenery. Exhausted but happy. Oh, are we going to see the underhand chop? Yes, we are.
So this was my event of the day.
Yeah, you got a personal best on that and a national record. So I think you can be pleased, Yolanda. That was
That's
not
right.
So bad.
I cannot believe it. I was so happy. The wood was just amazing. The axe that I chose was the right one, and it just all fell into place.
I can't believe the pace that you're going. I mean, I was watching it live, but seeing it now again, that yeah, you didn't even have to look at the clock, and you knew that was great. Brilliant stuff. A new national record.
And that's Nina Pokowski from Germany. She took the second place.
Oh,
That was
there's the winner.
Awesome
Oh.
competition. Ladies out there, try it out. It is worth it.
Yeah, you're gonna get
And this is the best part.
So you heard it. This is the best part. This is the champagne shower at the end of the competition. If you go to STIHL Timbersports websites of your nation, wherever you're at home, you get all the information you need to be able to try it out. And most probably you're going to start with the underhand chop.
That's right.
Well, the underhand chop is going to be part of the next heat as well. So let's take a look at our next two competitors. It's going to be Armin Kugler against Ferry Svan. Oh my word. How about that for a first round?
They also have two close personal bests, so it's going to be a tight one. So both fairly young guys, both have international experience. They've been on the big stage. Ferry is actually full professional lumberjack.
Yeah.
This guy, this is all he does. He trains, and you can see.
And he loves the format. He's the kind of guy that you can always expect to be just a little better the next time you see him, because he keeps progressing, he keeps working on it. Just like you said, he's a professional athlete. And with Armin Kugler, I mean, you always know what to expect. This man is also a big man and a machine. I'm always very surprised that he doesn't get, doesn't lose his breath. But yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Most of the time he walks off the stage and it's nothing happened.
Yep.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber.
And here
3,
we go.
2, 1, go!
So very, very quickly onto that log with the saw. And off. Very important that they shut that saw off, otherwise they will get a DQ.
Also, you're not allowed to throw the saw, right?
That's right. It has to be placed onto the ground. They will check that in the trailer. And both of them, I think, have switched to the other side. Both of them chop in very quickly. See who gets through there first.
Oh, things are getting
and
pretty
it's
out in the
Ferry,
middle here.
and he's off to the single buck.
Oh, wow, that's great time.
He's got good stroke on there right now, using the whole saw, very important.
But
he wants to
Armin,
get this heat, and he's off to the standing.
that's going to be a great time.
See if Armin can catch up. Both of them very good in the standing block chop, so anything's possible. Ferry has already switched to the other side.
And so has Armin now.
Ferry's got a couple more hits.
I would go with 2 more.
Oh. And it's off. 1 minute and 13 seconds. .14.
Not bad at all. So let's see what time Armin gets at the end of the day. Also not bad at all. 122.7. Now that was another great heat.
It sure was.
Full credit to Ferry Svan. Very impressive.
So you see, size doesn't matter. You will see a couple of guys out here. They're big, they're tall, and he's tiny, but he can bring it.
Well, all men are going to be very thankful for you saying this.
And he has a new personal best, so he will even be happy with that.
For sure. That's what it's all about. Just seeing progress in your game, in your cuts, in everything that you are preparing for all year. And then to get a personal best, of course, is always very, very special.
See here in the slow-mo how he takes his saw. He doesn't just rip it through the log. He really has to place it in there so he doesn't hook up on his first pull. Armin here with
Big strokes.
really big cookie.
Wow. I remember you saying yesterday you paid for the whole saw, so she used the whole saw.
He definitely is. So you have to be careful that you're not pulling it all the way out. That has happened at competitions, and trying to get that saw back into the log, it's a little bit difficult.
Bam. Big strokes from the big man.
And there you see, he thought he was going to get it, and he still had to go in for those couple more hits.
And then the look over the shoulder just in case, you know. You never know where Armin Kugler might end up. So that gives us the first quarter-final, and that will be Dubicki against Svan. That's going to be a nice fight for the semi-final.
That is going to be a quick race, definitely.
And Armin Kugler is already waiting for us. He's standing next to Pia. Over to you.
Thank you, Marcus. Yes, he's already waiting next to me. Du bist bekannt als einer der stärksten Trophy-Athleten in der EU. Was ist da gerade passiert? Du wirkst nicht zufrieden.
Ja, keine Ahnung. Ich habe schon nicht gut geschlafen und irgendwie passt das heute alles nicht 100%ig. Meine Leistung einfach nicht abrufen können, schon nicht im Time Trial und jetzt schon überhaupt gar nicht. Werde wohl auch kein Glück gehabt haben beim Holz, aber alles im Allen hat es einfach nicht gereicht.
So, since he's one of the strongest athletes, trophy athletes in Europe, I asked what happened, and he said it's not his day. He didn't sleep well. In a time trial, he didn't perform the way he could, and yeah, he's not very satisfied. But die Saison ist jetzt bald zu Ende. Was machst du bis zur nächsten? Also, was steht an?
Ja, wenn es wahr ist, kommt ja noch die Weltmeisterschaft in ein paar Wochen. Da liegt jetzt mein Fokus drauf. Da möchte ich ordentliche Leistungen abrufen, mich ordentlich präsentieren. Und ja, und dann geht das Techniktraining fürs nächste Jahr los, ganz klar.
Dann, ich wünsche dir alles Gute. Ich hoffe, dass wir uns bei der Weltmeisterschaft wiedersehen. Und danke fürs Interview. So, I was asking, because the season is soon over, what's his plan to do until the next season, yeah. And he said, well, hopefully he will be at the World Championship and there he will do everything. He will give his best. And then until the next season, he will work on his technique and be great there. Yeah, so back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Pia. Thank you, Armin. Armin saving some strength for the World Championship. That's a good plan.
That's right. He's now through this knockout system gone. So that's his next event.
And you can see just the quality this man has, because he had a 122 and he was not pleased. He's talking about a small disaster, and I think that's not bad a time at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so we'll see Armin Kugler hopefully on the 2nd of October. And today we're going to see heat number 3 here in the round of 16 with Puybaret against Maure, the French duel. And of course, I have a favorite, Yolanda, but I'm not going to tell you.
I knew you were going to say that. So we have 2 countrymen going head-to-head. Always the least favorite option, I guess.
Oh, for sure.
You always wish for your teammate to make it to the next round. But luck of the draw.
We've got this coming up twice, I believe. Because we've got Komarek against Kalina as well. So the duel of the countrymen starting now with the 2 Frenchmen.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. Both very quickly to the wood, so it's just simultaneous. Oh, I think they were both finished at the same time as well.
Oh, look at that.
So Maure is 1 hit ahead of Puybaret. Let's see if he can catch that. And a turn by Maure.
Oh, speeding up the pace now.
So we'll see with the single buck who can pull that off. And it's Puybaret first to the single buck. He's got a good speed on there right now. You can tell he is a little bit out of breath, though.
Yeah, but he's still using the whole length of his
That's
sword.
right.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, and we got a stick up. Oh, no. And off to the standing, both of them. Let's see if Maure can catch up. This is intense. Wow.
Both athletes
Switch by
heavily
Puybaret.
breathing. Oh, but Maure is not doing bad at all.
And it's
Oh, wow.
Puybaret with 1.15.03.
Oh, and look at that, personal best for Maure.
He's going to be happy with that.
Well, if you lose, you want to lose with a personal best.
That's right.
No doubt about that. Well done, lads. Another great heat. And it is Puybaret moving on to the quarters.
Winner is Puybaret.
Those are very good times now for the round of 16 getting into the quarterfinals.
And of course, let's not forget, if you want to win the competition, you have to have 4. And
That's
you want to
right.
make sure that the 4th and maybe the 3rd, if you're in the semis, is the best time of the day. So very, very tactical thing, and you have to make sure not too much, but of course it has to be enough to win your heat, and I think that's not always an easy decision, because Puybaret maybe had a slow start. It all came off in the end, but I thought maybe he was taking too much time at the beginning.
He is a very consistent athlete, so he was able to pull through. So you can see he's fairly steep because of the way they have to do their in-cut. He's literally hitting the floor with his saw every time once he gets to the bottom.
And even having that hiccup, still the personal best, so maybe 2 or 3 seconds he could have saved.
That's right. So he'll definitely go over the books once he gets home and see where he can improve.
And knows his potential. So We know the first quarter-final, that's Dubicki against Svan, and Puybaret waiting for the winner of the Czech duel. So Yolanda, how about that for a start into this trophy competition?
That is incredible. The times are absolutely awesome. Yeah.
And this is
unreal.
only the round of 16. You know,
That's right.
We know that these athletes are going to be focusing on the next round and giving even more in the semi-finals. You know, and then you're in the final, and then you have to have as much power as there's left and enough gas that's in the tank, and that's not going to be an easy one, especially looking at the duels that are still to come.
That's right. They have all trained. The wood is great. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a new record here at the end.
Well, I
don't want to say it too soon, but
no pressure there, guys. No pressure on you. But where do you see the big difference? You know, of going head to head or just fighting the clock? You know, going for a good time.
It's strenuous because you have those 4 events. If you just have one, it's yeah, okay, I'll catch up on the next one. But here, you gotta give it all. You gotta be good in each event, each discipline. So
and it's so brutal because you're gone. You know, you lose that first heat.
That's right.
Et au revoir. You know, that was it. So let's see how the next heat proceeds. We're going to see Martens against Glenn Penlington. That's another very interesting duel, and the personal bests, of course, very close together. You would normally have to go with Koen because he's got the experience.
That's right. But Glenn is the underdog, so he
doesn't have a lot to lose, does he?
That's right.
Losing against Koen Martens, you know, that's far from being a disgrace, so you can give it up, maybe risk a little more.
Definitely. So since this is his first trophy format that he's doing, it will be interesting to see how he copes with doing all those disciplines one after another.
Well, I'm sure he had a long talk with Pugh to talk about it, but it's always different when you're up on stage, when you're competing, when you know like thousands and thousands of people are watching you on TV.
That's right. Warm-up is complete. They are ready to go.
Athletes ready.
Timber. 3,
See the blue
2,
tape there
1,
on Cohen's
go.
fingers. He has sprained his fingers. And they're through the stock saw. First hit by Martens.
And Koen actually was a little slower than Penlington, but he's still reached.
He's already changed to the other side. Wow. And Glenn as well.
How about that?
Couple more hits. Oh, and he's through and off to the single buck.
Going very strong, Koen Martens.
Got a little stick there. He tried to pull the saw a little too quick before it was in place. Penlington having a little bit of an issue with his saw there. Koen is, I think, through and on to the standing.
So actually he can go a little slower on the standing block shot now.
Yes and no. You never know.
He could go a little slower there to save some strength for the next round, but
he's gonna give her. He wants this round. He wants to move on, and there we have it.
oh,
wow.
Personal best at the age of 37. I like that.
Can't beat that. He is gonna be happy with that one. I know he wasn't, when I chatted with him quickly, he wasn't feeling it that much today.
Well, maybe that has changed now. Also great time from Penlington, but Koen Martens with the personal bests in the first round. Woo, nice. Let's hope we get to hear our favorite sentence.
Winner is Koen Martens with a national record.
You can see smiles all around there.
Beating his own national record, that's always a nice thing to do.
So you see how they're holding the saw really flat. Today the wood is very soft, so you're better off with holding the saw flat than with an angle.
Okay, why is that so?
As soon as you cut with an angle, you're cutting more with the front, and your the back of your saw is staying literally in place. So all those sawdust is going to clog up there, and it may choke out your saw.
Okay.
You see here hard hits by those two gentlemen, and with the single buck, it's the misery whip.
That really is a terrible tool, isn't it?
It sure is.
It can make your life so easy if you do it well, but it can also really your performance. That's a great smile. That's a great picture. Look at the scenery here in Switzerland.
Can't
Beautiful.
beat that.
So we have a new name here in the quarterfinal, and that of course is Martens. He will take on Puybaret. That's gonna be a nice one. And a newcomer here at the trophy format, Penlington. He's standing with Pugh. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Marcus. Glenn, it's your first time competing in the trophy format, in that International Trophy Cup. And you were competing against Martens, who is famous to be good in this style. Was that demotivating or something like that?
To be fair, it's quite motivating to go up against someone like Kuhn. You know, he's got good form in this competition. I know Kuhn quite well, so to go up against him, you know you've got to push yourself that little bit more.
And what do you prepare now? Like, what's in future for now? How will you train differently, or will you do the same? Will you train more in trophy or in individual style? What's your plan?
I think I'm gonna, I want to try and come second in the British Champs this year. So I've got to push and train hard on those 6 disciplines, and then also, try and come back next year and go even better at this. It's unfortunate to go out so early, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, you just gotta try and keep going. So thank you for the interview and for your time, and good luck for next year. So I'm handing back to you guys, to the studio.
Thanks very much. Full respect to Glenn. I mean, the things he said about Kern, the way he said it, I think this is a man of the future.
He sure is.
And as you can see behind us, our stage crew is getting everything prepared for the next heat. What do you think is the main focus? Taking a look at the next heat, again, Komarek against Kalina. We have that duel that we had with a Frenchman before. You said at the beginning, oh, this is probably the worst that can happen because you want your mates to go to the next round as well. How can you still keep the focus? Do you not talk to your colleague before going up, or do you kind of say, hey, best of luck? What's the proper way to do it?
You always say best of luck to your opponent. That's just how this sport is. We want the other person to do well. Obviously, once you get into that mode of competition, you're for yourself, and you go on there and do your thing. But before you go on, you always say, hey, good luck.
And that's the way it's meant to be, even though you wish him good luck and yourself maybe just a little more, or just a great performance. And I think the quality that we've seen so far is just absolutely fantastic. And I've just been told we are ready for the next heat. So let's take a look at Martin Komarek and Martin Kalina. Oh, there's the shake.
There you go.
I love it.
That is the nice thing about the sport. Even though you want to win and you're in your mindset afterwards, once you get on that stage, everyone is still friendly and helps each other out if there is anything you're missing or need a hand with.
I mean, Komarek, he's a legend. He's been here for so long, and he's been performing at that top level for such a long time. Absolutely fantastic.
That's right, and he invests a lot of time in the newcomers, in the rookies, and just the younger generation to keep the sport going. So you see there with the in-cut, they have 10 centimeters. At that 10 centimeter mark, that is where they do the in-cut. And then they have about 9.5 centimeters space for that stock saw. seems like a lot, but
No, it
when you're in
doesn't.
competition
No,
mode,
no.
it's not.
It definitely isn't, if you ask me. I'm always surprised that these guys do not have any problems in just using that limited amount of space.
So you can also see that line that is marked on the log. It's very important that they have all fingers across that line when they start. That will also be checked in the trailer with thousands of cameras to make sure that it's a fair start.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2,
Not a lot of
1,
space on that
go.
log for your fingers beside that
Oh,
sharp saw.
fast and great start.
Both of them very quickly onto the wood. See who gets through there first, and I think it was Kalina. Both of them, wow, same time into the log.
Simultaneously,
Can't beat that.
nice.
I think they train together.
Yeah, of course.
This is a duel. Oh, wow, Komarek has
sweet.
already switched to the other side. He is giving it. Look at those quick hits. Wow, incredible. And he's through. Off to the single buck he goes. He is such a professional. He pulls that saw like it's nothing. Kalina having a little bit of issue. Maybe nerves getting to him a little bit.
But look at the technique
And it's
of
Komarek.
Komarek.
He's off. Already to the standing block chop. Kalina's got a couple more strokes. And he is starting at the standing block.
I can't believe this man.
And Komarek has already changed. Wow. He is, I think, oh, he's over that minute, but I think he was trying to go for under a minute. 1.02. New personal best. Season's best. Can you beat that?
Can you believe this man? This is unreal.
I told you that wood was good. These athletes have trained, and those personal bests are coming.
Sensational. A personal best and a seasonal best by Komarek as he proceeds to the quarterfinal. Oh, look at Bart Jansen. I would have to say Bart Top Gun Jansen with
That's
the
right.
decision. He does look a bit like Tom Cruise, doesn't he, with those glasses?
Ladies and gentlemen, both girls are good. And the winner
Oh,
is
that's what we wanna
Martin
hear.
Komarek with a national record and the season best.
Unbelievable.
Can't beat that. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that.
love it. That's brilliant. We got the sunshine, we've got the scenery, we got the personal best, we got the seasonal best. It can't get much better than this, can it? And of course, let's not
Definitely
forget the top 6 guys are going to go to the World Trophy. They have the chance to qualify today, so that's another big one. If you reach the semis, you're in, and if you're on one of the 2 fastest losers of the quarterfinals, yeah, well, you're going to be there as well.
That's right, but it's not just getting those 6 places. It's
Yeah, of course.
trying to get that title as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
So those quick
Oh,
hits.
look at the pace.
Both of them fairly good sawyers. That's like Komarek, a very good sawyer, and Kalina, he's working on, like you said, we had a couple of sticks there with the saw at the start, but he was able to correct that. And unreal, he did a few hits on the first side and then just bam on the other side.
That is so impressive. That is fantastic.
And he's famous, that's his
Pose,
symbol.
yeah. So let's take another look at our quarterfinals. Dubicki against Svan, Puybaret against Martens, and Komarek waiting for his opponents. And of course, everybody's going to be a little scared now of Komarek because that was more than just impressive.
That was an amazing time he put there.
Well, we want to show you some scenes backstage as well. Yolanda's got her secret diary here. I'm pretty sure that's why you're a 3-time Swiss champion, because you keep taking notes.
I'm taking notes.
You keep taking, well, putting down some infos. Maybe taking a closer look at things that you've seen on stage for yourself.
Definitely. I'm always looking at other
okay.
athletes, men or women.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to see. Maybe try something new out.
Okay, well, follow her example, and the next heat is coming up right now. Of course, this is Oliver Reinhardt against Marcin Darga. That's an interesting one. Look at the personal bests, very, very close together. And of course, Oliver Reinhardt for the first time on this big pro stage.
That's right. He is new to this format. He is a training buddy of mine, so he has been training. I have seen it. But Darga is a machine.
Yeah, we know that.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how these two competitors go at it.
Although I have to say that Oliver, even though he's a very young athlete, seems to cope with pressure very well. Is that just my personal feeling? You know him better?
No, he does. He's very laid back. Sometimes we tell him he's, come on, get into it a little bit more, concentrate. But it works for him, so you gotta do what works.
He's a cool dude, no doubt about that.
So you can see, Darga, he is built for this format.
Oh, yeah.
He is just massive. And he does a lot of other extreme sports as well, I think, as hobbies. So
yeah, anything extreme is a hobby for this guy.
That's right.
He looks like he could take a piece of coal in his hand and crush it to a diamond.
Warm up yourself.
So you kind of see by the athletes, they have different system of safety gear. If they're in-ear pugs or if they got the muffs on, everyone can decide what they want as long as they have it. And they're off. And it's Darga first. And off they go. Both same time on the underhand.
Oh, look at the pace of
Oh
Darga.
my God, Darga is a machine. Unreal. And he's turned.
What is happening? Honestly, I've never seen anything like that.
That is incredible.
It's like you speed up a video.
And he is done, off to the single buck. He's got a couple more hits there, and he's off. Oh, a little bit of a slip up there on the log. He got off on the side, wrong side.
Oh my word. And now look at Reinhardt.
So by him, it's a little bit different because he stands on the other side. So he has a little bit of a longer way to get to his saw. But Darga is on to the standing, and so is Ollie. He wants this. He wants to get on to the next round. And Darga is on the other side. Ollie might be able to catch him. I don't know. Couple more hits. Oh, and it is Darga. New personal best.
How about that? And Reinhardt with another personal best.
Wow.
These athletes really giving everything they have. And it's another fantastic heat. So enjoyable to watch.
That is right. You can't beat that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, both goods are good. And the winner is Marcin Darga.
Martin will be happy with that. Both of them will be happy with that, with his personal best.
That was fantastic from both men. And if we take a look at our bracket, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 personal bests so far. How about that?
So you got quite the thin cookie there going at the top and a little bit wider. Takes a little bit more time if it's not quite straight.
Yeah, but that underhand shot.
But that didn't stop him at all.
Au contraire, madame, au contraire. Boom.
So you can see his...
Look at the pieces flying.
That pace he's got going on is just unreal. And we will see a couple of athletes here today that are such fast choppers. You see, he doesn't even really stand up. He's in a duck, like kind of a position, bent over. Oliver Reinhardt is more of a guy who stands up. He did have a little step off there, lost his balance a little bit. You can see the tops of the logs are cut completely flat, So we don't have the rule of the footholds here.
Okay.
So that makes it a little bit easier. They can chop where they want to chop. They have the whole area to stand on.
A bit of a hiccup there. And still. Boom.
And again, the chopping disciplines are
I mean, look
are
at that
his.
last stroke. Look at that arm. Sun's out, guns out. And that means we know our next quarter-final, the one we were missing here, Komarek against Darga. That's going to be another classic.
That is going to be a good one.
Oh, wow. Really, really enjoying this. Yolanda, 7 personal bests so far. That's the way it can keep going, right?
It sure can.
What about Oliver? I know he's standing next to Pia at this very moment. Can you say you were pleased with his performance?
Oh, definitely.
Well,
He should be as well.
A personal best, Oliver. We want to know more about your performance and the way you feel in this first pro competition in the trophy format. Pia, over to you.
Thank you. I will ask it that. So you're the only rookie competing today. How are you feeling? Did you feel nervous before?
Oh, I didn't feel much nervous on the first run. I just thought, oh, well, I have nothing to lose. And then it turns out that I wasn't actually too bad. So
You had a personal best. Aren't you like satisfied a lot?
yeah, definitely was pretty good. I'm quite stoked about that. And then the second run, I quite felt the pressure. And yeah, my nerves kind of got a hold of me.
Understandable, very understandable. But you're holding the rookie world record for springboard, one of the disciplines which is not easy. What's the plan to achieve next?
Well, definitely improving it. And it'd be cool to get another cut at a trophy, yeah.
I wish you much luck, keeping my fingers crossed for you, and thank you for the interview.
Thanks.
Back to you, Marcus.
Well, thanks very much. And now back to you, Yolanda. What do you say to Oliver? I mean, brilliant character. You've been practicing together. He's got a big future in front of him.
He definitely has. He's 22 years old. He's a young guy and has the world at his footsteps.
Absolutely, and I really enjoy seeing him in interviews. Let's take a look at our next heat. That's heat number 7. Emil Hansson taking on Elgin Pugh. Oh, they're already on stage. Great work by our stage crew, getting everything prepared within that short time period they have.
They are extremely quick. We should time them and have a record for them as well.
Oh, for sure. That's a great idea, Yolanda. Love it. I believe some of them have worked in the Formula 1. Yeah,
car racing, they have the pit stop races. Here we go with the in cuts. That is very important that it is that the athlete does this himself so that it's at the right height, right angle that they want. So it's kind of the chest height is what you want to go at.
Okay.
But then the angle depends on how tall you are, I guess.
I'm pretty sure it does. Elgin Pugh looked really strong at the GB Championships. So he must have a lot of confidence going into this format.
He was, so they haven't had competitions the last little bit now, so they are just happy that they can get out and compete.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off both very quickly with the saw on the log. And you hear both of them through at the same time and off. So Emil's got one hit ahead of Elgin. Is he going to catch up?
That was a great transition by Hansson.
Indeed. And Hansson has already switched to the other side. Elgin Pugh as well. This is going to be a tight race. And Emil Hansson is off. And wow. Both
This is
single buck.
head.
Oh no, Emil's having a bit of an issue with the single buck there. He's got a little bit of a stick. He's just got to loosen up and pull that saw. And we hear the saw down from Elgin Pugh. He is off to the standing. It's not over yet.
Nope.
Emil can still catch up. And Elgin is off to the other side.
And he's looking good. Great position there on his hits.
Both of them right now with a good time. And it's Elgin with 1 minute 18 seconds, 0.52.
But look at Hansson, only 2 seconds between him, so that was a great finish from his side.
And he's the youngest competitor in this field, so
thumbs up and
unreal.
full respect to this man.
Winner with Elgin Pugh.
Yeah, look at that.
He is one happy man.
But that was really close. That was a head-to-head fight from the start till the, more or less till the end.
You can see how they both dropped exactly same time.
But that transition from Hansson, unbelievable. So that actually was the closest heat we've seen so far, with only 2.2 seconds between the two men. And just imagine Emil Hansson not having that hiccup on the single
On
bar.
the saw, yeah. There you see it again right there.
And he had another one. Yeah.
It's really important that you do those first 1 or 2 short pulls, but in this event where the saw is touching the ground on the other side, it's more difficult. You literally have to get that balance first and then you can pull.
Look at that, he was like 5 strokes behind and really catching up on that standing block chop.
And off it goes for Elgin Pugh.
So, our quarterfinals so far: Dubicki against Svan, Puybaret against Martens, Komarek against Darga, and Pugh waiting for the winner of Danny Martin against Redmer Knol, which is coming up in just a few moments. So, I've seen you take through notes again. Do you also watch timber sports on telly and then kind of say, okay, that's something that helps me a lot?
I definitely do. I try to catch all the live events that I can, and if I can't, I definitely watch it later to just see where everybody's kind of standing, where the field is going.
And a lot of times you just learn by watching. I mean, you can see behind us our Formula One crew has already done it again. We are ready for the next heat, so let's take a look at this final heat of the last 16. Danny Martin against Redmer Knol. Whoever wins this will go against Elgin Pugh in the quarterfinal.
This is going to be a tight heat as well.
That's what I was just going to say, and I feel that this could be another head-to-head race.
Denny was 6th at the European trophy, so he really wants to get in those top 6 to go on to the World Trophy. Placing of that saw is so crucial.
Vital, yeah. Especially if this should turn out to be a close race.
Okay. Warm up your saw.
So Danny is definitely doing all he can to warm that saw up.
Athlete,
make it run
ready.
to the last second.
He's doing everything he can to warm. I like that. That's
2, 1,
that's
go.
a nice wording.
And they're off. both all the same time, and they're on their underhand. So let's see, this is one of Denny's, I think, favorite disciplines. He's very good at the underhand. Both turn at the same time. This is going to be close.
Synchronicity at its finest.
And Denny is through. Redmond Knol as well, and off to the single buck they go.
Oh, Danny looking very good so far. Oh, look at him go, wow.
Oh, and we got a stick up there by Redmond Knol. He's not going to be too happy with that, but both on the standing, so it's going to be so close. Whew. Big hits right there from Denny Martin. Oh, and it's Redmond to the other side first.
That is a head-to-head race. Are you kidding me? Danny Martin or Redmond Knol.
Oh, it's wiggling. And it's
at the same time. I cannot believe it. We have 2 personal bests, but we still have to wait for the judges'
We have to wait.
Well, I couldn't say. Oh my word, we expected a close one and we received a very close one.
Unreal.
Bart Janssen taking a closer look at the clock. And it looks like Redmond Knol just by that fraction.
Both good, and the winner is Redmond Knol with a national record.
Wow, personal best, national record. Both of them.
Danny Martin giving it all, getting a personal best, and it's like, about a fraction of 0.2 seconds. That's the difference between these two men. Unbelievable. So that last stroke. Oh, let's take a look at the slow-mos.
Yeah. So sawing disciplines are also his specialty. The precision that they have here with the chopping events is unreal. Even though this is another format and it's so much quicker, they're more tired, especially once they get to the standing block chop. Their precision is still there. They hit exactly where they want.
Oh, great pictures.
See those hard hits from Denny Martin.
Okay, let's get to that final hit from both men.
And Redmond Knol, and bam!
Oh, by the fraction, unbelievable. Look at the reaction from the guys. So we have our 4 quarterfinals. Dubicki against Svan, Puybaret against Martens, Komarek against Darga, and Pugh against Knol. Oh, wow.
Unreal.
Awesome. And that final heat, crazy. We talked about you watching videos on demand, going to YouTube just to get some STIHL Timber Sports into your life, being able to focus on different techniques, just, you know, following the best. Is that something you plan on doing in the future as well?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, there are some legends like Jason Vineyard. Is that a man you can watch and learn from?
Oh, yes. He is the master.
Well, if Yolanda says so, well, this is be really, really good for you as well.
Timbersports World Champion,
Jason Wynyard is Mr. Timbersports. He showed everyone how good he is by winning Timbersports 9 times.
I grew up watching Jason Wynyard. I would always pretend I was him.
Man, I would just love the opportunity to compete with this guy.
It's a super fierce competition and one that we all want to win.
I believe I can beat anyone in this sport.
Come on, Liverpool! Make some noise! An amazing hit on that block.
What a legend. And you can watch it all on YouTube like you have just seen. And now you don't need to watch it on YouTube. You're going to see it live. That's the quarterfinals. We're into the first heat of the last 8. Dubicki versus Svan, Puybaret against Martens, Komarek against Darga, and Pugh against Knol. Dubicki versus Svan, the first quarterfinal coming up. So this really is a challenge for the young Ferry Svan.
Exactly, despite the age difference between the two gentlemen.
And of course, everybody said Dubicki is the one to beat. He got 4th at the Champions Trophy, as we have just seen in 2019, which of course is now going to be the World Trophy. And in Europe, he was unbeatable in this format this year. So he is the big favorite, but Ferry Svan, that's not a guy you want to have standing behind you, like we can just see, because you know he's fast in every discipline, and he is such a great competitor.
Okay. Warm up your saw.
Taking a couple of deep breaths, get ready for this.
Athlete ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
See how low Ferry is so that he's quicker at the saw.
Oh.
And he's off. Ooh. Wow. This is going to be so interesting.
I just hope he didn't drop that saw there. Oh, but look at that. Ah, that is unreal.
The pace, and Ferry Svan has turned first. The pace from these two guys is unreal.
And Svan is really in for the competition here. Look at that.
Svan is already at the saw. Wow. I don't know. Do you think it'll be under a minute?
I have
These two
no
guys
idea.
are at it.
Look at Ferry Svan.
And Ferry is on fire.
Oh,
he is
wow.
on the standing block chop.
Are we going to see a big surprise here in this quarterfinal?
I don't know.
Or is Dubicki going to come back from behind?
He may
Svan is
catch
already
it
on the
up.
other side. Oh my word. It's going to take some big hits now.
We'll catch it up. Oh, we've gone over a minute, but who is it? Oh,
it is Ferry Svan.
Woo!
With
Unreal.
a personal best and a seasonal best, taking out Dubicki in the quarterfinal. Who would have thought that? Oh my
Oh
word.
my gosh.
Woo. Look at that. And that time from Dubicki was not bad at all. That was a 1.06.
Okay, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
Ferry Svan.
Both goods are good. And the winner is Ferry Svan with the national record and the season best. Congratulations.
Proceeding to the semifinals. This young man, just like we said at the beginning, you never know what to get. He's always progressing. He's always getting better. And he is just so competitive.
That is right. And even with this pandemic, these guys have been training, making sure that they are ready for that day when they can attend those competitions.
And now we have the first big surprise here in Eagle.
Those long poles there by Dubicki. Oh, he had a little bit of a hiccup there. He got the saw stuck. That cost him that 1-2 seconds. And he almost tripped over his cookie.
But even if Dubicki would have had the time from the last 16, he would not have beaten Ferry Svan. That is the best time we have seen so far, 1.02. How about that? Svan proceeding to the semi-finals. That's the first big surprise.
It sure is. I'm thinking there's going to be a couple more surprises here today.
I am not sure, to be honest. I don't think anything can surprise me more than what just happened. But Svan, to be honest, he is always a man to be reckoning with. And of course, we're going to try and get Dubicki for an interview with Pugh, because like we've said from the beginning, he was the big man to beat. He is the person that everybody reckoned with to be in the final. And now he's lost in the quarterfinals. That actually is a big surprise. But he did not perform badly. He was just not as fast as Svan.
That's right. That's with this knockout system. It's you got it or you don't.
Do you think he felt the pressure?
Oh, I
when
definitely
he saw
think
that Ferry was really going for it, and Ferry really started off more than just well?
I definitely think so. You can see him kind of looking to the side a little bit. They're always keeping in check. Where is the other athlete?
That means we can proceed to the next quarterfinal. And that is Puybaret against Martens. Hopefully we're going to get Dubicki for an interview later on, but now we are ready for this next quarterfinal as our new two athletes are entering the stage. And of course, for us, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the next opponent for Svan in the semis.
That's right. And these two guys, they are fairly similar in size and have similar personal bests. So it's just head-to-head races here today.
I remember Martens with a personal best. Puybaret with 1:14.64. One of the better times that we have seen in the round of 16. Martens with a 1:12.81. So you would have to say Martens a slight favorite after that performance.
I think he is, but
it's going to be a head-to-head again.
It's head-to-head.
Well, that was very, very enjoyable so far. I just love that format. And do you think it makes a difference if you're positioned behind your opponent so you can see what he is doing? I mean, you're going to be focusing on yourself for sure, but you can, you have an easy option of taking a close look at your opponent.
It depends on the athlete, what they prefer. For some people, it's, I want to see where the other guy is. And for the other athlete, it's, I'm in my own mindset. I don't even notice he's there. I'm going to do my thing.
Athlete ready. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Both fairly slow getting at that saw. The heat before, they were very quick. And both on the underhand. That wood is just amazing. It is chipping out beautifully. Big chunks coming out. They will be happy with that.
And again, they're very close together.
And who is it going to be?
I think Kern just a little faster.
Yeah, Cohen was first, and Puybaret is now also on the single buck.
Oh, coming back strong, Puybaret.
And it's Martens onto the standing. He's got those hard hits.
Kern leading by 4 hits. Can Puybaret come back on that?
It's going to be difficult. And I think it's going to be
Oh, and another personal best. He just beat the personal best he had in the quarterfinal, in the round of 16 in the quarterfinals.
He is on fire.
Oh, obviously he is. And he said he talked to him, he chatted to him, and he didn't feel it. He was not...
That's right.
I think
he was putting on a show.
Yep. He was mistaking. Martens.
Okay,
that is impressive.
Both guns were good.
But you can see these guys, they're breathing heavy.
Can you believe it? staying under 1 minute and 10 seconds. That is one of those crucial times only the best athletes in the world get to, but looks like Martens is on fire.
Those big chips coming out, that's what they want to see. It gives you a little bit more confidence when you see so much wood coming out of the block. And also very important is that that axe is secured into the second block that they have there, that the axes don't fall over and onto the ground. That is a must.
Oh, big, big strokes. Look at that.
He is in the zone.
Yeah, for sure. Boom. Taking a look at the clock, knowing he's just beaten his own record. So there we have the first semi-final. Ferry Svan against Martens. That's gonna be a cracker. Love it.
Indeed.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can say. I think it's time for us to relax a little and take a closer look at our favorite ride if we have to go to a STIHL Timbersports destination like Eagle in Switzerland. And Yolanda and me are ready for the next quarterfinal, and hopefully you are too. It's going to be Martin Komarek against Marcin Darga. Any favorites, Yolanda, on this?
No comment, no comment.
I'll keep asking you. I'm going to go with Komarek. You know why? He's, I don't know, he just showed such a great performance in that first heat.
He is a legend, but we just saw it a couple heats ago.
Young athletes coming from behind.
They did not sleep, they trained.
Yeah, so did this man. Look at those arms.
So you can see one axe there right now. The athletes are allowed to take a total of 2 axes on the stage with them. If something happens to one, they can go grab the other one.
And are these 2 axes exactly the same?
No, not usually. It all depends. Sometimes they say, yep, this is the wood type, I'm going to use the same axe. But depending on the event, either for underhand, they may have a different one than for the sanding. Maybe a little bit of a weight difference.
Edward, ready. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
I can feel this is going to be a close heat.
Great start by both athletes.
And it's coming. Oh no, Darga has to start the saw again.
Oh,
so it's bogged out on him. He is not going to be happy with that. He's got a lot of catching up to do. Komarek is already off to the other side.
Darga, oh
that
my
is so
word.
Unfortunate for Darga. And he switched. Wow. Look at that pace.
It's unbelievable. This man is angry. He is very angry.
He is. But he can still catch him. He's a big guy, strong, so he's going to give it. Komarek is through and off to the standing. It's going to be very difficult for Darga now.
Look at the time. That is absolutely fantastic.
And he is off to the standings. You see him breathing. Komarek is off to the other side. Not even by a minute yet. Unreal. And it is Komarek. 1 minute and 6 seconds. 7.5.
But Darga, he is a brute.
He's going to finish strong.
Just imagine the time he could have had if he wouldn't have had that bad thing happening with his saw.
You can tell he is not that pleased. Understandable issue with the stock saw. Take a look at that afterwards.
It's going to be interesting to watch the slow-mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, both goods are good, and Martin Komarek is the winner.
Still having trouble to catch his breath, understandably.
That's right. The changeover is so quick between each round, so.
But not a bad time at all.
So we can see here how it saw just stopped. He had to take it back out, put it on the floor, and start it. That is part of the rules. He's not allowed to just start it in the air.
And I mean, that was just a matter of a centimeter or something, so that really is bad luck. But look at him go, that pace. That's a slow-mo, by the way. This is not real speed. It doesn't look like a slow motion, does it?
It doesn't, no.
Oh, what a legend.
In general, how quick these athletes are, it's just unreal. They know their equipment, they know what they can do with it. And bam, off for Komarek.
So there we see it. Very smart against Kuhn Martens. That's our first semi-final, and Komarek still waiting for the winner of Pugh against Knol. So that is a bit of a surprise. Would you have expected these three athletes to be in the semi-final?
No, I really thought Dubicki was going to be there.
And that's what STIHL Timbersports is all about. Having watched the progress that especially the young athletes have made so far, what do you think has made the difference over the past few years? Because we have so many good athletes coming up. Even watching the rookie competition yesterday, it was just brilliant. Why? You should know. You're the expert. Come on.
It's the training and the equipment. The equipment is getting better all the time as well. So these guys are working on it, working together with the equipment and getting the results.
And I think so many more people enjoying STIHL Timbersports and also getting into the game. What would be your advice if somebody back home says, "Oh, I've watched these competitions and I really want to try this"? Because you can't just, I don't know, walk around the corner and start becoming a STIHL Timbersports athlete.
Check out your STIHL Timbersports in your area or a local club.
Okay, it's as easy as that. And here is the next quarterfinal. Elgin Pugh taking on Redmare Knol. The boys already on stage. I think that's going to be another very close one.
It sure will be. the beautiful mountains in the background?
Oh yeah.
Here in Switzerland.
Switzerland
in
is
Egel?
beautiful. Yes, yes. Yolanda, no need to convince me. I'm totally with you. This place is awesome. And of course, one of these men is going to meet Ferry Svan in the semi-final, because this is what the draw has enabled. Martens. No, I'm sorry, Ferry Svan and Martens in the first team, and Martin Komarek waiting for the winner of this heat.
So we'll see who has the endurance. Oh, there is an issue on stage.
Okay, do we see a yellow flag, or is it Bart Janssen with some information with us? Looks like a technical timeout.
I'm not sure what the issue is there.
Big smile there from Knol. But it looks like we can restart this heat, so that's good.
Warm up
Always a
yourself.
little bit nerve-wracking. Trying to get back into the zone and be ready.
But everything is good because things are getting loud again.
That's right.
Edward, ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. Knol did have a little issue grabbing that saw. He was a little bit behind, but he was through the log first.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Big chips coming out for both of them. They're both about at the same spot in the log, and we have Elgin who changed over first.
But that is a very close race.
How their pace isn't that quick, but they got the hard hits going for them. And Elgin is off to the single buck. Big pull there.
Looking good for the moment.
Elgin is already
Straight
halfway
stuff.
through. Knol is just behind. And Elgin Pugh is
Oh,
through.
yeah.
Knol had a little bit of a stick up. He's got one more pull.
So everything in favor of Elgin Pugh at the moment. But big hits from Knol.
And he's off to the other side. Who is it gonna be? And the block is wiggling, and it's off! Elgin Pugh, 1
But
minute.
look at the
18
finish from Knol.
Oh,
that
both
was
of them at
so
a minute,
close.
18 seconds.
Yes, that was so close at the end.
Unreal.
Oh, my word. Whew. Let's wait for the official announcement from our referee.
Okay. Both cuts are good, and the winner is Elgin Pugh.
Wow.
Unreal.
Great stuff.
Time of 1 minute and 17 seconds. It got corrected.
So the final 4 athletes here at the competition are Ferry Svan, Martens, Martin Komarek and Elgin Pugh. Let's not forget, this is the World Trophy European Qualifier, meaning that Ferry, Martin and Elgin are all gonna go to the World Trophy next year. And of course, the 2 fastest quarterfinalists are still missing.
See those hard hits from Elgin Pugh and how he
Bam.
knocks it off. It's always nice to see how the athlete gives it all on that last hit. Once in a while in training, you're just thinking, oh, you know, just one more hit. I'll just kind of tap it, but it's
No, not here, not here.
full power.
So here we have the confirmation of our 2 semi-finals. Svan versus Martens in our first semi, and Komarek against Pugh in our second semi-final. I can't believe what's happening here, and it's so great for us. We're so excited because we're in an open-air studio. Behind us, you can see everything happening. We can hear the noise, we can hear the shouts, we can hear the cheering. Just one thing missing, and that of course is the audience, but I'm sure that we'll be back very soon. And to see all the progress that has been made with STIHL Timbersports, it's always also nice to take a look back to the history of the original extreme sport.
And it's off! Algan Pugh, 1 minute.
Look at the
18
finish from Redmac. Knol, that was
at a minute 18 seconds.
Yes.
When the crowd start, you know, erupting, screaming, shouting, it just really does give you goosebumps.
It's pretty awesome to compete in front of a crowd like this.
I've been working my ass off the last 5 years to get to this point.
Is it going to be the checker ball? Yes, it is! And the crowd goes bananas! He moves, oh! Then goes down. He's looking good!
It might make some people nervous. It doesn't make me nervous. It makes me ready to go.
To come here to the World Championships is one of my dreams. It has been ever since as a kid.
And that's all you can watch on Amazon Prime. It's not just Money Heist. I started that yesterday, by the way, but also STIHL Timbersports, and many of these athletes have been writing history in STIHL Timbersports, and all of that history can, of course, be rewatched on video on demand and Amazon Prime. And we are ready for our first semi-final. It's Svan taking on Martens.
So very close personal bests. This is going to be so interesting.
And I mean, Köln has been improving from heat to heat, and Svan with the best time so far in this competition. So I would say now he is the man to beat. Swedish champion of 2019 and 2020, of course, but that's a different story. That's not the trophy format.
That's right, the trophy format. It is the extreme sport right there.
What about physique and stamina? I mean, this is more or less the third time these athletes have to be on stage and have to perform to the limit.
That's right. It takes a lot and a lot of training to be prepared for this competition.
So who's going to make it to the final? Will it be Svan or will it be Martens?
So you see those mats underneath the saws, they help keep the saw in place.
3, 2, 1, go!
Both very quick.
Good start by both athletes.
And it is Svan out of the wood first and onto the underhand chop.
It looks like Köln doesn't lose his focus. Not getting hectic.
No, he's taking his time, hard hits, but you can see it's starting to get to him. Wow, it's through the underhand chop and onto the single buck. The power this man has.
This guy is on fire.
He wants that title. And Cohen is through. He is off to the single buck as well, as Svan is done with the single buck. Look at the time.
But even he's starting to breathe heavily now. And this man is in fantastic shape.
He sure is, as all professional athletes are.
Boom.
And he's off to the other side. Cohen is making sure he has a clean run.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he's not going to win this.
Nope.
Because Svan just keeps
and
hitting.
It's Ferry.
So the first man in the final is Sweden's Svan. Congratulations from our side on that one. So Köln, 2 personal bests today. Give us a few more hits.
I was hoping he was going to go for that 3rd personal best, but...
I think he was until the underhand chop.
couple more hits there, and he's done.
But I'm sure he had a great time here in Eagle.
He's all smiles.
Yeah, he's such a great character. I really like this guy.
Gentlemen, the winner is Ferry Svan.
Ferry Svan proceeding to the semi-finals. Both cuts were good. Got some slow-mos coming up of that exceptional performance of this young man.
Just incredible the pace that Ferry is able to bring here at this round.
Look at those strokes.
So it's just not muscles in your arms and maybe a little bit in your legs. It's your whole body. You got to train everything. It takes flexibility. It takes core strength. And there's that last hit, and bam! And he is happy.
So here you can see Ferry Svan, the first man to proceed to the final. He will be fighting for gold in just a few moments, and we've just seen some beautiful pictures from him on stage. Well, he is live in our interview open air room with Pia now. Ferry, Pia, over to you.
Thank you, guys. Wow, these performances were great until now. You're holding the pro world record in single buck without assistance, and you're in the finals now. How? You're so young compared to your competitors. How?
Yeah, my day today started really awful with the time trial. I shot the stock saw off and had to run back, and a lot of trouble, but now I'm getting more focused and want to revenge myself, so I think it's that.
And now you're thinking already of the finals or of winning, like on being on the podium, holding the first place?
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's 110% in the final, and we'll see how far I come.
I wish you all the best and congratulations until now, and thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Back to you, Marcus.
Well, thanks, guys. Ferry, maybe the fittest athletes on the scene.
I would say so, yes.
So that would give him an advantage for the final, of course.
A little bit, but depends on who he's up against.
And then, of course, it might be a bit of a mind game as well.
That's
you know,
right.
If you get that far and it's just a one-on-one, it's not about the time. You just need to beat your opponents, and that's what's going to be happening in the next semi-final as well. You just need to be first, no matter what the time. And Martin, Komarek and Pugh are going to be fighting for another place in the final against Ferry Svan. So my question again, who's going to win this?
Honestly, I can't tell you. My diary
is
not giving
notes?
me
oh, come on, it's going to give you a quote. It's going to give you a quote. So Komarek knows how to win the trophy format, no doubt about that. But Pugh, to be honest, he looks in great shape as well.
He is. He just also competed in the GB National Championships, won that, so he's ready. He's been practicing a lot. Both both veteran athletes. Been around a bit.
And to be honest, I don't think that's a disadvantage in this format, because you kind of get a feeling for how much power you're allowed to use on what discipline, and just knowing that you have to proceed from the last of, well, from the time trials to the last 16 quarterfinals, semifinals.
Okay.
And if you want to be standing on top at the end, everything has to work out perfectly fine.
That's right.
Athlete ready.
Stand to your timber.
Important is that when that
3,
gun goes off,
2,
that the hands
1,
are up on
go.
that log.
Oh, wow.
And both are off. It's going to be a tight race. Unreal.
Komarek with a slightly better start.
See who gets that changeover first. Both same time over onto the other side.
Ooh, look at Elgin go.
I think Komarek is a little bit faster right now with his pace.
Yeah, but
oh,
some
he's got that
extra
step
energy
off.
from Pugh.
But he's through and off.
Oh, wow.
Both have to concentrate, keep their breathing level. Make sure that you can get through this. And it's Komarek first.
Wow. Wow.
So probably the most strenuous of all those disciplines that they do today here is the standing block. And of course it's at the end, so just to test the athletes a little bit more. And Komarek, the block is wiggling. I think he's gonna, oh, and he's knocked it off.
This man is a legend.
1 minute and 17 seconds.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
we've seen
no.
a yellow flag. That's
the yellow flag.
Something we do not want to see. We've hated this flag all over the weekend, and now we've got one in the semi-final. I have no idea what this is about. Yolanda, what about you?
No, I'm not sure. I honestly didn't think we'd get to see the yellow flag here at this competition.
Same here. So it's Bart Janssen in CCC.
So something with the stock saw. Oh, they're investigating if he dropped the saw.
But are we talking about Elgin, or are we talking...
I think it's Elgin.
Oh yeah, Elgin Pugh under review. We've got it now, got the insert now.
Yeah, so you can see how the saw is tipping over. You have to literally set the saw down and shut it off.
So this is not gonna make a big difference because Komarek was faster anyhow. But
that's not how you want to go out.
Just to get things straight and to make sure everything is within the rules. Let's await what Bart Janssen has to say.
Okay, gentlemen. Martin is okay. He's the winner. Elgin Pugh had a DQ because he was throwing the saw. That's not allowed.
Look at Elgin.
He's not happy with that.
he can't believe what he just heard. So he's gonna definitely watch this video on demand when he comes home.
He
so
will.
Take a closer look at that. That's what.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. You going confirm with that?
I think so, yeah. So it probably was only a couple centimeters off the ground when he let go, and just with the momentum, it threw the saw over. So it is a safety issue because it could have still been running. It is a must turn off that saw and set it down. But he did have a good run, though.
Absolutely, but the veteran just showing us what he is still made of, and that is so impressive. That is absolutely delightful. So we've got the small final, fighting for bronze, Koen Martens and Elgin Pugh, and going for gold, Ferry Svan and Martin Komarek. So it's the youngster against the veteran in the final. Who would have thought of that?
I did not expect that.
Nope, I would have lost a heap load of money if I would have placed a bet on that. So there we have it again. Svan and Komarek fighting for gold, and fighting for bronze, it's Martens and Pugh. Brilliant stuff. And we are quite surprised, but happily surprised. And that's what the sport is all about. Anything and everything can happen. These athletes are so close together. This is the top level in the world, and it's just delightful to see these athletes competing.
It's unreal.
You've said a few times the wood is good. What does that mean?
It means it's fairly soft. So you do have to decide which axe that you use, but where it's soft, you're a lot quicker. With a harder wood, then there may be not going to read knots, but just a little bit the roundings of it. When you hit in, the chips don't fly out. And you saw today how those chips, they were flying.
Brilliant pictures, yeah. And to make sure that the wood is good, we have some experts. Take a look at this.
Hi, my name's Spike Milton, Global Sports Director for STIHL Timbersports. Today we are in a plantation of young poplar.
One of the biggest challenges that I face as part of my role is to ensure that our competitions are supplied with the highest quality wood. We at STIHL Timbersports pride ourselves that all wood is sustainably grown, harvested and recycled to minimise the overall amount of wood processed. Firstly, this poplar wood is grown on certified plantations. These are fast-growing hybrids which are 100% sustainable. The plantations are predominantly used for the packaging industry, and therefore our trees can be considered as a side product. Secondly, the white pine for our sawing disciplines is only sourced from certified forest management. No matter where the wood is coming from, it is always harvested with minimum impact on the natural environment.
Each individual tree is examined for its conformation before processing. What we are looking for is consistency, which means not just how straight the tree is, but also how uniformly round the wood is. We need to make it fair for all athletes. So we are selecting different sections of the trees to use for each of our specific disciplines.
I'm Bart Jensen, Head of Wood Management, and together with Spike we have a wealth of knowledge and experience with long-term sustainable wood management.
With a resistograph, we also measure the density of the wood. That is how hard or how soft the wood is and if there are nuts in it. To ensure the quality and high standards required for premium competition wood, we need to have a consistent grain structure with a uniform size, thus providing equal standards for all of our athletes.
I don't see any nuts, so this tree is good for me.
Once the trees are felled, extracted and transported to our facilities, we measure, mark and then cut the wood into sized blocks.
Daan Jansen, as a specialist chainsaw operative, I oversee the further processing of our premium competition wood, from the plantation to the stage.
Removing all visible imperfections and knots which could affect the chopping or sawing of the block. We then peel the blocks ready for competition. Careful selection, the blocks then leave our yard and are distributed internationally to our STIHL Timbersports competitions, guaranteeing fair competitions for all our pro, intermediate, rookie and women athletes.
After all our STIHL competitions, all the spent wood is collected and recycled right down to the wood chips and sawdust, which, for example, is converted into renewable energy in the form of wood pellets for biomass. Only 2/3 of all organic residues results from competitions. 1/3 is already from wood preparation. In order to achieve a long-term consistent premier wood supply for the coming years, we quest to find certified partners. This ensures that all newly planted trees are nurtured and managed, promoting maximum efficiency and sustainability for the future conservation of our valuable forests.
Therefore, as you can see, with good harvesting practices and good management with silviculture, the ground is quickly replaced by new trees, or could even be used for arable for farmers and future rotations.
That's what I call professionalism, but Yolanda, how do you get to choose your wood for the competition as a competitor?
We don't.
How do you get your wood?
It is drawn for us. So they put all the numbers in a hat and each athlete pulls a number, and that's how you know what wood you get.
Okay,
It is a fair way to do it.
Very, very fair way to do it. Today is one of the last competitions of the year, but STIHL Timbersports has one more big thing in hand. You can see a competition schedule of 2021. We've talked about video on demand. We've talked about Amazon Prime. This is where you can get to see everything that has already happened. But of course, we've got one more big one coming up on the 2nd of October, and that's the individual World Championship from Munich. Yolanda, you're not going to miss that, are you?
I definitely am not.
No way I'm going to miss out on that one, and hopefully you at home are going to join us as well. But for now, it's stay tuned for our big final. We're going to find out who's going to take home gold, silver and bronze here from Egel in Switzerland. And just to get you into the right mood, we're going to take a closer look at the history of the original extreme sports. Enjoy.
Cut down a tree more easily than most people can chop one up. When it really comes to tackling large lumps, you can't beat the men of the forestry companies.
An axeman's gathering.
This is Thomas losing the loss that gets it. Look at this. Komarek is playing a great game of catch-up.
We are ready for the bronze medal heats. And here you have it. This is between Kuhn, Martens and Elgin Pugh. This is what we call the small final, but of course it's all about claiming bronze. You can see the personal bests. You can see the height, the age, the weight, but that's all nothing. Now, this is where it just counts whoever ends up first over the finish line. Yolanda, any favorites from your side? I keep asking you, you're the expert, I just want to know.
So I'm not going to say a favorite, but I'm going to say that we saw in the last heat that Cohen was in there. He was having a little bit of issue. I think he's getting to his limit, where Elgin was a little bit, still has maybe some reserve somewhere.
And maybe he's angry because he dropped that saw and he didn't quite feel he dropped it in the beginning. And I believe if Elgin gets angry, there's some extra gas in the tank. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see who takes home bronze.
Indeed, these are both athletes that have won their national championships in their respective countries. They are ready.
So it's Belgium versus Great Britain for the bronze
Warm up
medal.
yourselves.
Kuhn Martens taking on Elgin Pugh, and things are getting loud here. That's one of the first things that Yolanda told me. You have to make sure that your saw is heated up and warmed up properly. I think they have done so, haven't they?
3, That's right.
2, 1, go!
Don't want a cold saw. And they're off for the bronze medal. Who is it going to be? And Cohen Martens off first onto this underhand. I think somewhere he got some more energy. He is giving it. He wants that medal.
So let's
both of them on the other side.
It's from the underhand chop first.
Big hits, and who is it going to be? And it is Cohen's. He is off.
Wow. Oh, he's pumping. He's pumping. And it looks like Elgin.
Oh, it's so close. Both of them are halfway through the log. And is it going to be Cohen is through first.
He did save some energy for this bronze medal fight.
The last discipline. Both of them are at the standing block chop. Koen has just switched to the other side. Unreal. Who is it going to be?
Koen or Elgin?
Got a little stick there, but I don't think that's going to hold him back.
Where's Elgin? Where's Elgin?
And
oh! It is what a performance by Koen Martens.
1 minute, 16.4 seconds. We're going to see if that time gets adjusted. And Elgin, he's just going to finish that chop there. And he's done.
Well, congrats to both guys. Oh, they must be exhausted. That's the 4th heat of the day. That's a bronze medal for Belgians Koen Martens.
Look at that smile.
2 personal bests and taking home a bronze. How about that? What a day for this man.
And that's why I don't say a favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic.
2 competitors, but both of them at the end.
And look at them go in their 4th heat. The mountains in the background, the athletes really going for it in this bronze medal heat. Brilliant stuff. Sun is still shining.
And even though Elgin Pugh changed over first, he was a little slower on the underhand there.
Yeah, Koen obviously saving it all for this final
heat. He was. And look at that. That smile says it all.
So here we have it. The bronze medal goes to Koen Martens. Elgin Pugh 4th in our competition. And just before we go to the final heat, here's the man. Koen, what a day. 2 personal bests and taking home a bronze medal. How about that?
I'm happy. I came here to set a new national record. That was my game plan, and see how far I can go. With this field of competitors, I'm very happy to finish 3rd. So also, the guys did a great effort to put me away. So it was a good competition at the end of the day.
Yolanda said she had a short chat with you before the competition, and you were not yet feeling it. What made the big difference?
You know, it takes also a lot of effort for the family that I can be here. So I have to make them proud. So, you know, if the competition is there, you have to be spot on and go 100%, because they let you go away from family time. So you need to earn that time.
Oh, you definitely earned that time today. You made everybody back home very, very proud. Unbelievable performance. And thanks so much for joining us right after your competition.
Congratulations, Koen Martens.
Bronze medalist. How about that? Yeah, giving a big wave back home. If you want to give someone a shout, this is your chance.
Yeah. The difficult thing is to forget someone, but the first thing I want to say is the biggest support is my wife. So thank you very much. And then again, it's always the same. The team around me, friends, family, Media Loop as a sponsor. Then I have a very good mental coach. Rudy Heile is the top guy in Belgium. So Sven de Weert, he is looking after my food. So I'm very happy and pleased that I have a good team around me. Also Team Belgium support me a lot. So hi guys watching from Belgium to here. So I'm just thankful. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and let's see the finals.
Absolutely, that's what we need. The finals coming up right now. Koen, thanks so much for joining us right after winning the bronze medal. So this is it. This is the big one. Ferry Svan against Martin, Komarek and Yolanda. I'm not going to ask you for any predictions. Did you see those personal bests?
102. Both of them spot on. This is the heat to watch. Unreal. They're not at the top for no reason. These are two very, very strong gentlemen.
Indeed. And this is interesting for everyone at home because you got like the older guy against the younger guy. This is like how much does routine and experience, you know, make the difference? How much does the physique and just being maybe the fittest guy on tour, you know, get in favor of yourself? So very, very hard to predict, and that's great because we're going to see an amazing final, I am sure.
That's right, they're going to show us.
And both
Young
of these
against
men,
old.
Yep, and both of these
I'm
men
allowed to say that like that.
definitely deserve to be in this final.
So very important now for this last heat that these guys get everything set the way they want it, how it works best for them.
Okay, now's the time to take a big, big breath. This is it. This is the final heat of today's competition.
Okay. Warm up yourself.
Who's gonna win this STIHL Timbersports World Trophy European Qualifier? Eagle, Switzerland, getting ready to find out.
Ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. Quick as the saw. Unreal. Halfway through, and it is going to be,
Whoa. Head to head.
It's head to head. Ferry a little bit quicker on that underhand. Both of them chopping very good. Ferry did not open his underhand as much.
Switching to the other side exactly at the same time. Now that is a final. And things are
Unreal.
starting
And
to
it's
get
Komarek first.
Oh, who would have thought of that? Can you believe it? 2 seconds ahead as they go to the single buck.
So Komarek is a little bit ahead there in the single buck, and he's got it. He's off to the standing. Oh, is this going to be close?
Just a second, the difference between the two as they go to the standing block chop. This is so close. This is unbelievable. Svan or Komarek?
Who is it going to be? And we got to switch there by both of them, and they're off.
This is head to head. This is unbelievable. Who's going to get the big hits in? Is it going to be Komarek? Is it gonna Can you believe it? A personal best and a seasonal best in this final heat and this best time of the day. This man is not real. Unbelievable stuff. Oh,
the veteran.
Martin Komarek taking the win, and just take a look at the time. That's a personal best in the final. Where did he take the strength from? How did he manage to save this for this final heat? Can't believe this.
That just shows the experience this man has.
Oh, yeah. Oh wow. Oh,
okay,
wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Martin Komarek with a national record and a season best. Congratulations.
Oh, full respect to this man. I would have expected a lot of things, but this is unreal. This is absolutely sensational. And I think he's shaking his head. I'm not sure if he can believe it himself. Let's take a closer look at the slow-mos of this final. Yolanda, help me. I'm out of breath.
For Martin Komarek, he forgot his air protection.
Everything was just perfect. So you see that turn. They were both so quick. And that wood, it's just awesome wood that they have here today. Komarek was first and off. So there's still some discussions up on that stage.
Okay, Komarek on the review. So we're back to Bart Jansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Ferry Svan.
Uh-huh. Okay,
I don't know what to say.
did not finish according to the rules. That's interesting. I have no idea.
Komarek had a disqualification because he forgot his ear protection.
Oh no, that is the worst way to get disqualified. That is a standard thing that you have with you.
Well, you got to explain this to me because I have no idea why.
So you can see right here in this picture, you don't see any earplugs or the ear muffs, anything. He has no hearing protection.
Oh.
See how he grabbed? He wanted to take them off. He completely forgot to put them on.
Oh, come on. What a performance.
And there you see
So-
Ferry with that standing, working hard to get through it, and off it comes.
So here we have the final ranking again. Ferry Svan ending up first, and well, Martin Komarek in silver. What a performance. I mean, you can be so happy. We lost our voices because we couldn't believe how you performed. You had your best time of the day in that final heat, but at the end of the day, a DQ. Can you just explain to us what happened up there on stage?
So the basic thing is that I compete over 20 years, every time fair, and after the stock, so I don't have the air protection. So it doesn't matter, I job for the sport, for how I love it, like it, this sport, so I go through. But after, when the judge said I was winning, I cannot stay like that because will be win against the rules, so I'm pretty happy anyway.
Well, if we just talk about your performance, I'm not sure if anyone ever has seen such a perfect day that you produced today, because from every heat to every heat you advanced with exactly the right amounts of energy used, and we were not sure, about the physicality in that final heat against the young Ferry Svan. And you showed him that these muscles are still working like the muscles from a youngster and just performed. So is that the experience that all went into your competition today?
So from my side, I like to compete with Ferry because he's also a very fair competitor, which is for me important. So it's a pleasure for me to try to beat some other good guys, and my performance was today very good. I'm happy. Thank you for my support, especially my family. And also my friends, he brought me here during the night time, so was good today for me.
I think it was more than just good. You were absolutely fantastic, excellent. I mean, Yolanda, anything you want to add to this man's performance?
I just want to say sportsmanship. Unreal. That you stood up there and said, listen, I did something wrong, and to pass on that gold placing to Ferry.
Yeah, I feel it here. So big support from Czech Republic too, the positive energy, especially these guys, the competitors here. So I like this family sport, and this is also one of the part of my power. So thank you guys.
If this sport has ever seen a role model, well, this is the man. Full respect.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And
please, hello my family. I'm Koshini.
Yes. You can be
Good
very
job,
proud
Martin.
of this man. Stage is ready for the winners ceremony, and I mean, this man, an absolute legend and a true role model, absolutely fantastic. Let's go through our competitors. We had Glenn Penlington, Armin Kugler, Emil Hansson, Jean Maure, Martin Kalina, Andrea Rossi, Oliver Reinhardt, Danny Martin, Marcin Darga, Redmer Knol, and of course the six that made it to the World Trophy next year. That's Pierre Puybaret, Michal Dubicki, Elgin Pugh, and for the top three and the winner's ceremony, over to you, Pia.
Thank you, Marcus. That's it for today. For the weekend, with amazing and surprising results. We've had not only personal bests, but also national records and seasonal bests. But now we'll continue with the three bests of this day. finishing third with a fantastic performance from Belgium is Martens. Second place, hard-working, well-deserved, from the Czech Republic, Martin Komarek. Congratulations! Of course, a Swiss chocolate and an amazing trophy. Now, first place and winner of the World Trophy European Qualifier 2021 from Sweden is Svan. The joy is big, and now we hear, in honors of the winner, the national anthem of Sweden. Moment. Now following is the champagne shower. I'll step aside.
Well, Yolanda, I know this is one of your favorite parts.
It sure is.
And it is so well deserved. Oh, look at
that.
I mean, this man, like you said, sportsmanship, this man, for me, really is a true legend.
Chapeau.
Yeah. And he's still, you know, he has done this by true heart. You know, he's happy. He's not just, you know, let things happen. He's truly enjoyed that. And, wow. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely fantastic. And, of course, we want to know what the winner has to say. So we're right back on stage with Pia and the champion, Svan.
Yes, we are. Ferry, did you get up today in the morning thinking I'll win this?
No, that wasn't my thought, but everybody wants to win, that's right. But the way I win, it's not really the way you want to win. You want to have the best time during the day, and that's it, so yeah.
But now you got almost half a year to train for the World Trophy. How will you prepare?
Yeah, getting back home now and let this sink in a bit, and then heading for the World Championship, and then we have to train really, really hard for the World Trophy next year.
Is there anything you want to tell the world now as winner of today?
Yeah, I don't really know what to say now right now.
Speechless and happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations, and I hope you can party now. Thanks. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed all the excitement and the thrilling moments. So I'll say goodbye now and back to the studio to you, Yolanda and Marcus.
Oh, look at those happy faces. Yolanda, definitely a competition to remember.
It sure was. Unreal.
very, very special day, and all we can say is goodbye, and hopefully see you soon, at the latest on the 2nd of October for the individual World Championship from Munich. And we're going to leave you with the most beautiful pictures of the day. Switzerland has been absolutely perfect. We really enjoyed it. And here are pictures of the day. Okay, now's the time to take a big, big breath.